Well, you've actually spent a lot of time in South Africa
Yes.
because you had mentioned, you got to hang out with Mandela at his house.
Yeah, we went to Mandela's house. Actually, he had taken sick. By the time we had orchestrated and arranged for me to meet him, he had taken sick. It had been a couple months prior, but he had taken sick, so they took him to his main home. So I ended up meeting all of his family, but they had taken him there because he wasn't feeling well. And so I was going to meet Mandela. I was like, well, I met President Obama, and I was about to meet Mandela. I sat on his couch, his real couch, and I used the bathroom. I looked around and touched stuff. It was a really incredible house. It's like a museum. Actually, he had a little studio in the back. There was a pool house, and his grandson was back there recording some hip hop music, which was really good. Was really, really good. And I'm like, wow. So Mandela was up on it. You know what I mean? I was surprised. I was totally surprised.
Yeah, I just interviewed this rapper out of South Africa, Nasty C. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He has a new song with T.I.
No, I'm gonna look him up though. I'm familiar with a lot of.
He's dope. And as I was doing research for the interview, and I don't get to really research a lot about South Africa, but as I was going through it, and I brought this up in the interview, I said that I asked him if he knew that 1 in 5 adult South Africans are HIV positive.
Wow.
And he didn't know himself. He was kind of shocked. And these are actual real statistics. South Africa has a really bad situation with HIV. They're saying that 7.7 million South Africans are living with HIV, and 19% of adults have HIV in South Africa. Have you heard these numbers?
Yeah, like you hear about them as you do like life orientation in school and like that. You hear about them every now and then in the newspaper or whatever. I've heard about them. I didn't know they were that crazy though.
20%, 1 in 5 South Africans are HIV positive. Like, that is so crazy when you say that out loud. 1 in 5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
So if that's 10 people, there's 2 of them that's carrying.
Yeah. 2 of them that's HIV positive.
Yeah.
The level that country has been hit hard by HIV is like nothing I'd ever heard of.
Yeah. I think it's
sad.
Yeah, it is. I think it's strategic, and I think it's I think it's strategic. I think, they want to take out a bunch of black and brown babies.
Well, yeah, I mean, because if you look at Africa as a whole, South Africa, I believe, is the richest country in Africa.
Exactly. By
a lot. Like, Johannesburg is like one of the wealthiest countries in that whole continent.
Yeah.
Cities, I mean, one of the wealthiest cities in that whole continent.
Yeah.
And with the history of apartheid, because you and I remember, are old enough to remember songs like Sun City, where all the big artists got together to do a song talking about we're not going to play in Sun City because it's one of these big resorts in South Africa that doesn't allow black people.
Yeah.
At all. This is before Mandela got out of prison and became president. And it was really a very brutal system for a very, very long time.
Yeah, it was.
And, that doesn't just, once Mandela came, you don't just flip a switch and say, okay, now everyone's equal. So I can feel that.
Yeah. It's it has a really strong, deep history of a lot. And, but it's a very, very rich place. You go there and the buildings and everything, and it's just a beautiful place. But then there's a side of it that's like by Soweto and certain places. It's just like, Jesus Christ, like, how can people live here? But the most of Johannesburg is a lovely place, lovely restaurants. Yeah, it's one of those places. South Africa is one of those places I've been all over to a few different places there. Polokwane, Bafokeng, Bloemfontein, Durban, Cape Town, Mabutu, so many places, So I've seen a lot of it, and I do a lot. I go to orphanages and I go to meet the people, the real people. It's not just go do a show, get money, and then I'm there a month every time. Yeah, so I do a lot with the people there, and I go around Women's Month a lot to promote because a lot of the women have been mistreated. So just trying to use my voice to bring awareness to how many women are murdered and raped and just mishandled.